What's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Off the Schneid. It's Friday night. We're going to be ripping at least one draft. We'll see. We'll set a light goal, and if we get there, we'll rip two, but we'll definitely at least rip one draft. Not a crazy amount to talk about right now. Let's get that going. Not a crazy amount to talk about right now. Obviously, free agency is pretty much over completely for the most part, realistically. Like there's a couple moving parts. Diggs obviously signed now. So really it's like Elijah Moore, and that's pretty much all we're waiting on. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to go through all of my I'm starting to build my mock draft. I only do one every year, Mike Mayock style. I do one mock draft. And I try to get as accurate and as correct as I possibly can. I'm starting to build it out right now. I'm feeling pretty comfortable with my top three picks. And then from there, but what I'm getting at and what I'm getting to, and I'm starting to get a little FOMO on Ashton Genty. I'm not going to draft him still because I still think it's mispriced. But I'm like actively trying to find ways that he's not the draft pick for the Las Vegas Raiders. So yeah, only GM to attend the Boise State Pro Day was Spy Tech, I think his name is, whatever his name is, the Vegas Raiders GM. And they hosted him on a visit, met with him at the combine. So I'm starting to get a little FOMO, but I'm still not going to click him. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going back on my word. I'm not going to click his name because now he's moving into the first round, but I'm not going to lie. I am starting to get some FOMO. So we'll see. We got Steven Hines in the chat. You appreciate it. No worries, man. This is what I like to do. We got Fantasy Football Garage. What's happening, Candy Man? Maybe we'll rip a golf if we get enough interest in the chat. We'll maybe rip a golf albatross. I got a couple runners. P.S. Got a couple runners in the Houston Open. Candyman, you're at the Houston Open. How's it going? By the way, looks really. I mean, the weather was terrible today. Thunder, lightning. They had a delay. It's suspended due to darkness today. But I've got a couple runners in the DK Mini Max. So wish me luck for this weekend. If I'm closer or something, I'll post on Twitter. And you can sweat along if I get close. But yeah, so Genty's moving up to 12. He's officially, a first round pick. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 officially a first round pick. So yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to get some FOMO, but I'm still not going to be clicking his name. I still don't think it's a good click. But I'm over here trying to think of ways that he doesn't go to the Raiders, because that's what it looks like right now. Huhaim's lurking. Appreciate you coming in, man. Weather was so bad, but fun. Scotty is so dialed in. Yeah, he's running away with it, I think. I got Scotty in my lineups, obviously, but he's 30-something% ownership. It's really Jackson Suber I am on. Couple other guys. Who else that's low owned? There's a bunch of low owned guys that I'm in on. So wish me luck. Hopefully it goes well for this weekend, but looks like a fun tournament. So we'll see. Let's talk a little bit more through it. Again, I wanted to touch on, let's jump into a big board. We'll rip a big board for sure. And we'll set a like goal at 25. If we get 25 likes, we'll do another one. So if you're in the chat, hit the like button. And maybe we'll rip another one if we get enough. If we get enough likes, 25 likes is what we'll set it at. It's not that crazy. We get there all the time. So hopefully we can get there, and I'll rip another draft. AZ Mountain Man, what's happening? Ben Haskell, good to see you. So yeah, here's what I wanted to do first and foremost. Got a little, Oh, I didn't expect that to foam up like that. Can't let it get on the laptop here. Holy moly. A little Grolsch. Whew. That one kind of made my eyes water. Jeez. I didn't want that. Didn't want all that foam. Anyways, Change the subject on me real quick. What was I getting at? I wanted to touch on the tweet heard around the world. We're at that time in the off season. This is my I hate this time. I hate this part of the off season. There's a couple points in the off season. Shout out LPGA. There you go. You're in Phoenix area. You got to hit them up. You got to, man. Side note on LPGA on women's golf. Like, you want to see a nice swing? Watch women's golf. Women golfers have the most beautiful swings you can ever see. I would give my left nut to be able to swing a golf club like half the girls on the LPGA, man. For real, they have just beautiful swings. So there's that. Good beer, not this domestic crap. Yeah, I tried honestly. Like, I try to find. I like breweries and beers that follow the Puritan law. If you don't know what the Puritan law is, there's what is it? 3 ingredients: water, barley, hops. 3 ingredients in beer. That's all that should be in beer. If it's any more than that, it's not good for you at all. Not that beer is good for you anyways, but there you go. I'm looking to go to the Chevron. There you go. Steven WC23 GM. Everyone, what's happening, man? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Yeah, if we hit 25 likes, guys, 25 likes, we'll rip a second draft. But what was I getting at? So this is my least favorite time in the off season. I hate this time in the off season. All the, all kinds of crazy news comes out. Absolute nonsense, just all kinds of crazy scenarios, everything like that. So what really set me off was the guy, the Cleveland Browns guy that tweeted, made a video, or it was a live stream, saying he has some sources that Dak Prescott's going to get traded to the Browns. That is the most nonsensical bullshit I've ever heard in my life. Honestly, like, there's almost literally a 0% chance that would ever happen. Like, why are we giving? I always say, like, people hate, let's say, the like Jake Paul, the boxing stuff. They hate that, right? I do too. I despise it, right? But then they retweet his stuff. They comment, all this. Like, just don't do that. If you just do nothing, then it goes away and it just doesn't get any steam, right? So don't interact with it. Like, I tweeted about it, but I didn't mention any names. I didn't retweet the video. I just tweeted, we're giving some fucking random ass clown on the internet. I'm random ass clown on the internet too. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone, but we're giving him just like all of these clicks, all of this, attention, when it's just absolute bait. I hate this stuff. I hate this time of year. Hate the clickbait. Me too. It just drives me insane. Ben, I assume this is you're you're exaggerating or joking on this. I think and hope. In the draft, we got Candyman at the 4 spot. We got Champ X3 at the 6 spot. Fossil at the 9. Love to see it. Fossil, I know you were in PPR's draft too, so you're probably just double streaming. Yeah, appreciate you coming in, man. Yes, it had to be sarcasm, right, Ben? Please tell me. Okay, good. Yeah, common sense is not so common anymore. But we're in the 8th spot. I don't love the 8th spot. I mean, it's fine. It's fine, I guess. I just want to, like, I think Neighbors falls to the bottom of this. I said last episode, I don't think Neighbors is a very good click anymore with Russell Wilson. I would rather Winston than Russell Wilson as far as Neighbors ceiling is concerned. And Russell Wilson's going to be the starter there. Like, you're going from a guy that protects the football and, does a lot of the right things versus a guy that is just an absolute gunslinger who will just zip the ball all over the yard and hope for the best. So Russell Wilson is going to be the starter. I do still think they draft somebody, right? Probably not with third overall. But I do think they draft somebody. I think it's Russell Wilson. And then whoever the rookie is, he does not play this year. So second round, I still think Will Howard is on the table if he's there. I'll say that if he's there. But for me, it hurts Malik Neighbors' value. It really does. And I don't think I'm the only one on that, as I'm very confident that I'm not actually the only one on that. So yeah, we'll see. So I guess it's like Puka, Amon-Ra, Brian Thomas Jr. are kind of the three clicks that, I'm not a big Nico guy. Just I don't think that. I think that he's maybe before Neighbors. I don't know. It's close with that. I would go Puka, Amon-Ra, BTJ is kind of how I would rank it. So there goes right Neighbors. I'll take Puka. If Puka's going to fall to me at 8, it's still right at ADP, but let's get a little more Puka. I have less exposure to Puka than Amon-Ra and Brian Thomas Jr., so let's go that route. Let's go that route. If you're new to the channel, we got 14 watching. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button if you don't mind. Subscribe. We're down to 16. We're 16 subscribers away from a 12-hour live stream. 484 of the 500. 12-hour live stream if you get there before the NFL draft. Putting in all the work right now, starting to for the mock draft. I'm really excited. It's a weird year. It's a really, really weird year. I'm having a hard time putting it together. Maybe not. Like if Genty goes to 6 to the Raiders, then it kind of comes together a little bit more. The Saints are an oddball team. They're in line to potentially take Genty as well, which sounds weird, but they absolutely are. Got to go Achane here. Puka and Achane. Yeah, I mean, 8%. Yeah, I'd like to get a little more Devon Achane. Let's go that route. Let's bring him in. I mean, yeah, in a one-game vacuum, you gotta like Nico. I'm not gonna argue that. Like in a one-game vacuum, he's got 30-point, ceiling, 30-point potential. But yeah, the injury-prone, 109 targets is his ceiling in his career so far. In his 3 seasons, he missed. Let's look him up here. Sorry, in his 4 seasons. I mean, his rookie year, I think he missed maybe a couple games, but he didn't really play as much. So that I'm not too concerned about that. But the last 3 seasons, he missed 3 games, 5 games, 5 games. Like that's a huge concern. Obviously, if he doesn't miss those games, he's a smash for sure. I get that. But, it's a trend at this point. So I'm not willing to take that risk with a first-round pick. Like if Nico was a third-round pick, yeah, for sure, sign me up, obviously. But even in the second round, yeah, I could work with that probably. But a first-round pick with that much injury issue and injury concern, pretty tough to click that name for me. Yeah, pretty tough to click that name. Christian McCaffrey going in the first round. Nothing crazy so far. It's pretty hard to get unique these days. You kind of got to pull guys up and really flip the board if you want to get a little bit unique. I'm trying to do it, but only when it makes sense. And I'm bringing up like T. Higgins. That's a guy that I've been talking about a lot. I haven't clicked a lot, but I'm getting my shares now because he's locked in with the Bengals, and you can just flip the board pretty easily, bring him up to the front of the second round at the 1-2 turn. And get your shares. The weird thing is, like, you're only probably going to pair him up if the Jamar Chase drafter passes on Joe Burrow for whatever reason. And if he does, then you can let him slide typically and come back to you, I don't know, right in the 60s. Let's say you're around where I am in the draft. If the Chase drafter passes on him in 48, 49, he gets to you at 56, you could probably push him to 65, most likely. And that's probably what I would do if that happens. But again, like it takes a fair amount because the Jamar Chase drafter has to pass up on him. So, which is not happening very often. I think it's pretty common knowledge that if Jamar Chase is going off, Joe Burrow probably went off as well, right? So if you're getting 150 yards, 2 touchdowns out of Jamar Chase, you're probably getting 300 plus and 3 touchdowns from Joe Burrow. So if I'm being honest, I'm drafting Joe Burrow every time with Jamar Chase. Maybe not every single time. If I get Jamar Chase and then T Higgins falls to me at 24, 25, then I'm just closing my eyes, clicking T Higgins, bringing in Joe Burrow at 48, 49. And then there you go. Just make it easy on yourself. If you're taking both of those pass catchers with your first and second round pick, and like realistically, I don't care if you take him at 25 and he's technically a third round pick, still really it's a second round pick. So if you're doing that, then you kind of have to bring in the quarterback, if you ask me, and that's what I'm doing. So if that ever does happen, I'm just taking Jamar Chase, I'm taking T Higgins, and I'm taking Joe Burrow. And then hope I can get unique other places, mix up my ownerships, mix up my exposures, and then just kind of Jesus take the wheel on that one, or Joe Burrow take the wheel on that one. But yeah. If we get to 25 likes, like I said, 25 likes on the live stream, we'll rip a second draft. Oh man, I just autoed. Why didn't anyone sell me in the chat? I just autoed Breece Hall without even paying attention. I probably would have taken him anyways, though. That actually makes tons of sense for the team with HN. Yeah, that makes tons of sense. Jeez. Shout out Emo Cowboy. Appreciate you, man. 500 we'll do the 12-hour live stream. I'm sure Emo Cowboy would be willing to come on, as well as a bunch of the other family and friends. So definitely not going to miss this pick. I was really hoping I'm not trying to bring up Devontae Adams to that pick. If he falls to me at 41 here, I insta smash click, of course, but I'm not trying to pull him up. I'm really not. Could go Worthy here. I haven't paired him with Breece Hall at all. I do want to go wide receiver. Let's bring in Worthy. Gives me a quarterback out that tends to fall. But I don't want to, going back to that, I don't want to bring up Devontae Adams to the third round pick when I have Puka, unless you get him at unless you get him at the turn for some reason, which I have seen him go at 12. If he goes at 12, Puka, then you're not even bringing up Adams at that point. But I don't want to bring him up when people were getting Devontae in the 50s, 60s, right? Later in the draft. And chances are there's a lot of pairings with Puka, even like as he was rising, taking him right here at the 41, 42, right around there. So I'm not trying to, mostly because I don't really want Matthew Stafford. Like I'm not just clamoring for Matthew Stafford shares. So I'll take him if I end up getting both of those wide receivers, but I'm really not forcing it. So we'll see what happens. Anyone you're feeling over or underexposed to down the home stretch? I'm starting to get FOMO on Genty. Like I said, I'm still not going to click him, but I'm working through my mock draft, and I don't know how he doesn't get drafted by the Raiders at this point. I really don't, unless they want to trade down for whatever reason, or they it's either going to be Ashton Genty or Shadur Sanders for me, for the Raiders. That's kind of what it's looking like and what it seems like. So if he goes to the Raiders, that's a huge concern. Not that they have the greatest offensive line, but definitely a good enough offensive coordinator and head coach that are going to force the run, and he's going to get that volume. So that would be a concern for me. Still, he would have to finish his RB1, 2, top 3, no question. Underexposed, probably still Mike Evans. I just don't click his name enough. And anytime that I do, I'm purposefully just forcing it in. So probably not enough. Mike Evans. Who else would I say? T Higgins, but I'm slowly getting up there. I'll probably end at about the 10%, be right at the field, something like that. So that's fine. Overexposed. I'm getting there with all of my kind of overexposures. Like if you want to say Jack Vesh, but I don't regret that. I'm at 29% right now. I don't regret that. So I'm okay with that. Tez, I'm down to 18%. I'll probably finish in the like low teens. So that'll work out okay in the end. Savion, 20% right now. Again, that'll get down to the teens. So I have enough time and room to even out these exposures to where I'm comfortable. So I'm not too worried at all right now as it sits. But yeah, we'll see what's going on here. Why is there so much value falling here? George Kittle, Kamara, we got Debo. Wow. I'm gonna get either Zay, 12 picks past ADP for Zay Flowers, or Odunze. Wow. I did not. That's unexpected. Let's go with Dunze because it gives me another quarterback out. And I love me some Roma Dunze. I love the Bears. Fossil just laughing to get Flowers there. That's crazy. Devontae Smith got pulled up. That makes sense. That actually really works out nicely for Fossil. We'll look at this teams after, but that works out really nicely to get the falling Zay Flowers when you bring up Devonta Smith. Like that feels really nice. That feels really nice. Where was the Kittle? Yeah, 48 for Kittle. Interesting. Kenny Walker gets pulled up. Kamara, not so sure about that click. Sutton, Godwin. Crazy. Roma Dunze and Zay Flowers and 56, 57. That's really nice. That feels really nice. And then do I just bring in Waddle? Wow. I guess I just take Waddle here. I'm gonna take Najee. I don't care what anyone says. I'm super pro Najee this year. On the Chargers, super pro Najee, and I don't want to take Tua, and that would kind of make me feel like I have to take Tua if I took Waddle there with Achan. I guess I could have brought in Jonnu as well, maybe, and then felt a little bit better taking Tua, but I have some backdoor kind of quarterback options. Not backdoor, but later quarterback options. Like Mahomes likes to fall, and I'm not taking him at ADP. So if he falls, I guess if he is there at 89, I'll take him. If I'm not going to take him at 80, but if he's there at 89, I'll take him. So I can kind of play that by ear. There's some interesting value in this room. This is an interesting room. This is an oddball room a little bit, but I kind of like it. If you're just popping in, hit the like button. If we get to 25 likes, I'll rip a second draft on stream. Hit the subscribe button if you're just popping in. But definitely some like 10 pick value on Trevion Henderson here. Jerry Judy's falling, which I don't necessarily disagree with, but there's the T. Higgins draft who got Joe Burrow. Did he just snipe? He did just snipe and get him. That's fine. I've done that myself. I like it. It's a good way to do it and force it with T. Higgins. Like that's where you get that Joe Burrow, T. Higgins is you snipe the Jamar Chase guy on T, and then you snipe the Jamar Chase guy on Joe Burrow. It's kind of greasy, but it's what you got to do if you want to get those the exposure to that. So interesting draft room. Judkins falls to 74. That feels really nice. This one hole is kind of interesting. I'm taking Judkins over Aaron Jones personally. Jerry Jeudy fell. That's fine. Pulls up Kenny Walker. Pulls up George Kittle. Like, I don't know why you don't take Roma Dunze here, pair him up with DJ Moore. I mean, I'm happy about it, but interesting. Anyone else I feel like I'm, over underexposed? Let's take a look here. Not really. I mean, Caleb, I suppose Caleb Johnson, Jacoby Myers, I'm at 6%. I'd like a little more Jacoby Myers. Caleb, yeah, not really necessary. Golden, I'm still hesitant on personally. I'm at 4%. I have clicked him a little bit. But I don't think it's like a smash. I really don't. I really, really don't. Let's go Ibuka. I have a ton of Ibuka and I'm fine with it. I need wide receiver here. I like this build so far. Haven't gotten Henderson this late in a month. Did you get him, Candyman? At that value? Damn. That's nice. 76. That's crazy. And you got Hampton, Bucky. Nice looking squad. Geez, that's value. That is value. First wide receivers fell, now RBs. Yeah, how are the running back or how are the wide receivers falling? That's the craziest thing. Like, you do not see wide receivers fall typically. But like the Kittle and Kenny Walker, I guess Kamara, Sutton, Godwin, those picks kind of pushed down like the Rome, the Dunze, and the Flowerses of the world. So that's kind of interesting. If Patrick Mahomes doesn't go right here, then I probably get him. I would imagine. I don't think Fossil takes him, and there goes Mahomes. That's fine. I don't really care. That's why I'm not taking him at ADP. If I really wanted him, I would have taken him here at 80. Now what are we doing? Ayuk is still there. 10 picks past ADP. Do I want to go down that road? Honestly, not really. Not with this build. Let's just lock in Caleb. Yeah, that's what's got to happen. Let's just lock in Caleb with Rome. Got to do it. Just got to do it. I don't want to fall too far behind a quarterback, so it is what it is. Let's just lock that in. That to me, that was a fair snipe. Hence, or since he had Higgins. Yeah, that on the T Higgins, Joe Burrow. Yeah, it's fair enough. Like, you have to expect it, honestly. If you're sitting there in the one spot and you drafted Jamar Chase and the guy next to you drafted T Higgins, like, pretty good chance that you're not going to get Joe Burrow unless you pull him up to 25, which I would strongly not advise anyone to do. So, yeah, it is what it is, right? And then you just kind of, but I mean, it's not, honestly, like I said, earlier as well, like, it's not absolutely necessary if you just have Jamar Chase. Like, yeah, you can bring in Gesicki, Yoshivas if you want to. You can bring in those other guys, some rookies, whatever. But like, it's not essential that you get Joe Burrow with Jamar Chase. Again, it's probably likely that it's gonna happen, but I don't know. There's also the conversation of like, just if Burrow smashes with Chase, like, all of the Burrow Chase, teams are going to be there. So how else are you getting unique? What else are you doing? What else are you bringing in? Who else are you high on? Whatever. There's all kinds of conversations, as far as that's concerned, but I don't think it's essential. And I do have a bunch and I want to continue to mixing it in, but I mean, I only have like 6% Higgins or something in this, or sorry, Jamar Chase in this. Yeah, 5% because I haven't gotten the 1-1 very much. I think I got him at the 1-2 like once or twice, which feels really, really nice. It's just, I wouldn't expect it. Tends to not happen. So yeah, it is what it is. You get your shares when you can. I'm not really sure what I want to do at quarterback. It's a weird spot. It's a really weird spot to be in. A lot of options though. And I do want to, going back to Tyler's comment, like there are a few guys that I want to mix in a little bit more exposure to where it makes sense and in certain builds. So we'll see. We'll see where that lands. Like the build so far, like pretty robust running back room. I'm pretty happy with that. Like my wide receiver room quite a bit. Good start with Caleb. Wow. That's just way too much value on Josh Downs. Like 15 picks on a wide receiver like Josh Downs. I just close my eyes and click his name. Interesting. Full round of ADP value on Rome Odunze, 4-pick value on Worthy, 15 picks on Josh Downs. That's kind of crazy. I guess it's get your guy season. Fossil, I could probably tell you what he's looking to do with his next pick. Brock Purdy gets pulled up, which is fine with the George Kittle, I suppose. That's fine. Oh, and he gets sniped on Drake May. Unstack Drake May. Unstack Justin Fields. Justin Fields is fine. You can backstack Drake May too. Interesting. 2 clicks here that are very obvious. I got to go Jonnu here, and then I'm probably going to be backdoored into taking Tua, which is actually fine. Crazy amount of value on Jonnu as well. I guess I'll just sit here and take the value that keeps falling into my lap. Like, I don't know what else you want me to do. I don't think there's anything else I can do besides just keep taking the value. Like another 15 picks on Jonnu Smith, 15 picks on Downs, 12 on Odunze. That's got to be unique due to all the value. I guess I'll just keep taking the guy who's there. Easy Mountain Man, didn't realize the pound was on. Too many competing streams. Can you compare the brick draft caddy to the pounds? Does the pounds caddy do buckets? I'm not exactly sure what you mean. This is the draft caddy. Is that the leg up tool? This is Spike Week. This is the Spike Week tool that I use. Biggest reason that I use the Spike Week tool and not Best Ball Overlay is because Best Ball Overlay didn't exist when I got this overlay. So I'm just used to it now. And I don't know if I will change. We'll see. I might stick with Spike Week. I might move over to Best Ball Overlay. I'm not sure. I'm just used to the Spike Week tool now, so I might just stay, if I'm being honest. But can you compare the brick draft caddy to the pounds? Yeah, I mean, it's they all do similar things for the most part. I don't really know the Best Ball Overlay inside and out. I do like the Spike Week tool. I can't complain about it. They all do similar things. It's just where they have the information and how it's kind of shown and how it's, interfaced and intertwined with the Underdog app and I guess just platform. And yeah, Pat's on right now. It's kind of annoying that we all, I don't know, it's not annoying. It is what it is. Like PPR Tyler was just on, then I'm on, Pat's on, I'm sure Best Ball guys on now or in a bit. It's just constant, it's a lot of streamers, but we all have a different takes. Like the stream we did a few weeks ago when four of us were together, PPR Tyler, myself, Pat, and Best Ball guy, we were all on. That was a really good stream. I think you were on there. Most people seem to enjoy it. It was fun, and we do have different takes. So, we'll see who's the most right, I guess, when the time comes. But it's good to have different takes. You can't just fall in line with everybody else. I certainly don't, as everybody pretty much knows about my channel. Do things a little differently. I'm not going to take Njoku, even though there's some serious falling value there. Take a look at that Goff. Who took naked Goff? Oh, wow. Goff, Love, and CJ Stroud. Just a bunch of naked quarterbacks. So he's just taking the best player available, essentially. No real strategy there. That's unfortunate for everyone that's doing a strategy, but that's kind of the risk you take. With badgeless guys out there sniping. I kind of like Colston Loveland, but I don't want to fall any further behind at quarterback. I'm going to take Trevor Lawrence because I do want a little bit more. That's a guy that I do want more of. I think that they can be pretty primed to take a big step forward as far as that offense is concerned. And there's stack options with Trevor Lawrence, so I can make that happen pretty easily. Did the drafter take naked Goff? Yeah, he did. He did. I have spike week, but the buckets are the amount of draft capital you spend on each position. Draft capital, this one? I don't really use that one too much. I'm not too worried about that, honestly. I'm just trying to build well-constructed teams. Roster construction's number 1, 2, and 3 rule on this channel. So it's all about building a well-constructed team. That's all that matters to me personally. So that's all I'm doing is trying to build a well-constructed team. I don't really care about my draft capital. And as long as it falls in line relatively close with ADP up until a certain point, let's say round 12 to 14, round 14, maybe after round 14, I don't give a shit. You can pull up whoever you want. So draft capital doesn't mean anything anymore to me past a certain point, especially in the big board where it just really doesn't matter. It's get your guys, build your stacks, have good roster construction, and then take it from there. I'm going to bring in Tua here. Kind of fell in line. I'd really rather not pull him up, but I kind of have to. And that's not even pulling him up. 5 picks. It's not even pulling him up. Same thing with Trevor Lawrence, 5 picks, pull up, if you will. So we'll see where that lands. 17 watching, 17 likes. Good job, all. Appreciate that, guys. Hit that like button if you're just popping in. If we get to 25, we'll rip a second draft. 25 likes, we'll do a second one. If not, I got to be a man of my word. Falzel, that's what I was thinking. Would have been nice to double stack with Philly and Detroit. Oh, man. Got Sam Laporta to fall into your lap, too. Double stack Philly, double stack Detroit. Oh, where did he go? 99. Yeah, that hurts. That hurts. Should have been there over Stephon Diggs. And then you got sniped Ramondre and Diggs for Drake May. What is let's just do it this way. What's Jared Goff's ADP? Should have been there. 100. That's close. That's close. How many badges do we have? You don't want to pull them up to 88. I mean, I probably would have. Three badgeless. This guy seems to know what he's doing. So yeah, I doubt Candyman takes him. I doubt Champ takes him. I'm not taking him. I doubt this guy takes him. He seems to know what he's doing. But the 3 badgeless, it's always a risk. I probably would have just brought up Jared Goff to 88 here with getting that value on Laporta. Let's see how much value to get on Laporta. No, that is at ADP. I thought his ADP was higher than that. I thought it was in the 50s. But I mean, you brought up Devonta Smith to pair it up. I probably just would have done that. I probably would have taken him over Ramondre just to make it happen. And then you're done too, because then you're done at quarterback. You're looking really good at, everywhere else. I mean, you're a little light at running back. I don't know. That's close. I probably would have done that, but I can't really blame you either. That's a tough one. It kind of just is what it is, right? That's a tough one. I won't be taking another quarterback no matter what, which is fine because no one's falling or anything like that. Wide receivers are slipping, which is really, really interesting. That's not particularly common. Running backs, there's tons of value. Wow. Keenan Allen, 22 picks after ADP, and Trey Harris, 20 picks after ADP. Like, give me Trey Harris. You give me my number 2 rookie, 20 picks past ADP. What a weird room. What a weird room. This is a cool draft, though. This is definitely a different one. It's definitely interesting. Like, how do you get 152 for Trey Harris? That's awesome. It's kind of highway robbery a little bit. And I will scoop up all of it. I will scoop up all of the value on that. I guess it's just put your stacks together, but there are these badgeless guys that are kind of clicking whatever. So maybe that's what it is. Part of it. I don't know. Yeah. Tracy at 63. Wow. Mooney at 82. Pacheco at 87. Yeah, that'll do it. Then Josh Palmer at 59. Wow. Man, I really don't want to click. Keenan Allen, but man. Oh man, that is crazy. I just really don't want to click Keenan Allen at all. I really don't have any use for him on this team, on this build. It has to be Kmet. It just kind of has to be Cole Kmet. So whoever drafts Keenan Allen is getting a steal, but wow, weird room. Weird room. This is a fun one. Trey Harris ADP is like 145 on DK if you want more. Yeah, no, I'm not drafting on DK, man. I know the DK ADPs are just wild. Why is it that rookies fall in DK? Like, I know it's full point PPR, but why would that make rookies fall? I don't entirely understand that. I don't understand the DK ADP rationale. I really don't. So I have no desire to draft on DK personally. Half your drafts get thrown out, or do they even throw them out? I don't know. But half the drafts are just nonsense. So I don't know. Where are we at for likes? If you're in the chat, hit the like button. If we get to 25 likes, we'll rip a second draft. So let's take a peek at where we're at. We are at still 17 likes. If you're on the Twitter machine, hop on into the YouTube. 18 likes now. Hit that like button. 7 more will rip a second draft. If not, we got to call it a night. But we'll see. We got time. It's only the 15th round. Bretton Strange goes. That's annoying. I was hoping he would fall. Wasn't expecting it, if I'm being honest, but I was hoping. Definitely hoping. So that might make me do something different with my Jacksonville, backstacks, which I kind of like. I kind of like that. So I will not be taking wide receivers. How many rookies do I have? Ibuka and Trey Harris. I like this room. I need some running back help. I need one more tight end. So I can maybe just do that here. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll bring in Algier. That's an easy click. A little bit more value there. Yeah, give me Tyler Algier. Make it easy. Fourth running back. I like that. And then I have some options. But I can backstack my Jacksonville. That should be fine. If tush pushes banned, the Saquon fade doesn't feel as good. Don't disagree with that. We'll see if it gets banned. I don't know. It sounds like it's gaining some steam, is what's kind of being said right now. Is it's gaining some momentum. So yeah, you're not wrong. I'm pretty faded Barkley. 4% in the big board, 2% overall. So more in the big board than in my other tournaments. Don't have him any big money stuff. Probably 1 or 2 clicks maybe in the little board, but most of the exposures in this tournament. Yeah, that's all right. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Damian Martinez goes. That's annoying. That was going to probably be my click. I'm all right with still stopping at 6, obviously. It's the 3-6-8-3. Let's go Gesicki. The Joe Burrow drafter might be upset with that, but I don't really care. Let's bring in Mike Gesicki. It's a nice looking tight end room. So we got double stack Caleb, double stack Tua, naked Lawrence so far. We're done at tight end. I need 2 more running backs, 2 more wide receivers. I don't want to bring in Braylon Allen to pair up with Breece Hall with this. I don't think it's necessary at all. If my running back room were more shallow, then I think it would make more sense. Like if I didn't have Tyler Algier, then I think it would make more sense to bring in Braylon Allen and just lock down that backfield. But with Algier, with Najee, with Devon Achane, I think it's fine to just take 2 later round, running backs to help out. But we'll see kind of where it lands. Couple more rounds to get to 25 likes to rip a second draft. 2%, yeah, 4% right now, and we'll see. That'll probably fall. I don't know. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm only taking him at pick 5 or 6. Give me CeeDee Lamb over Barkley. Give me Bijan. Give me Gibbs. Give me Chase. So really, it's like 5 or 6 is the only places that I have taken Barkley, and it's the only place that I would take Barkley. 4.5 is my average draft position. So I've taken him at 4, maybe once. So yeah, there you go. Not full fade, but like I will fade. Damn, Diami Brown goes. That's a little annoying. He must be upset with me taking Mike Gesicki, I guess. I don't know. Not sure why you feel like you need Diami Brown. 15 picks ahead of ADP. Upset with me, I guess, for taking Mike Gesicki. Although it's after ADP, I don't know what you want from me. So I don't know. Maybe you really like him over Royals and Besh. I don't know how you would, but okay, that's cool. You got Isaiah Bond there. Don't let me tell you what to do. It's a little frustrating though. I really wanted Diami Brown to pair up with Trevor Lawrence. So, not sure what I want to do at running back. Probably a rookie and some kind of vet that I like. Could be Audric Estime. Could be Antonio Gibson. We are at 18 likes still. Might not get there, guys. We might not get there. So now I have a free wide receiver because I'm not getting two Jacksonville wide receivers, which is fine. I think I'm going to take Rashard Smith. I don't have quite enough of him. I'm only at 4%. I'd like to get that just at like 6-ish percent, something like that, 6 to 8, right around the field. I do like his potential. Let's bring in Rashard Smith. My one rookie running back, because I guess I could take a second. It's not, I don't have to force anything with that last running back click, I think. Don't have to force anything, but I do have to take a sixth. I'm not taking Gabe Davis. I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it again. I'm not ready to be hurt by Gabe Davis again. I'm really not. My team already has like 70 net ADP value. This is one of the most I've drafted yet. Definitely. Yeah, it's a weird room. It's a really weird room. Which is nice. It's nice to get those. It's nice to fall into those. Honestly, it is, because you get some unique builds. You get some different stuff. So I like it. I've gotten a crazy amount of value. I'm happy with that, but I don't know if, like, you got to kind of get your guys here now is kind of where we're at in this. Obviously, that's where we're at. It's the 18th round. So of course, that's where we're at in the draft. There's a couple options. So what do I want to do? Like, I've got a couple running back options, so I don't really particularly need to force anything. I'm up to 21% Parker Washington. And I'm completely fine with that, if I'm being honest. Let's do Marshawn Lloyd. 15%. Yeah, that's okay. We're done at running back now, so it's 2 wide receivers to wrap up the draft. Feels okay. I got a crazy amount of value on Downs and Harris, and then Puka, Worthy, Odunze. It's a good start. It's a nice running back. Sorry, it's a nice wide receiver room. My tight end room is good. The running back room is good. Quarterbacks are fine. Yeah, interesting stuff. Hit the like button, guys. 25 likes, we'll rip a second draft. We're at 19 right now. 6 more, we'll do second draft here. We'll rip through a few of these teams, so there's definitely a little bit of time, but we got to get there. If you want to see another draft, we got to get to 25. Kamani Vidal sighting. Kamani Vidal sighting. Shador goes late. I think that's got to be late for Shador. What's his ADP at? Yeah, wow. 0 paired up. Interesting build. Interesting build. Not sure. Definitely need a couple more running backs for sure on that build, but you never know. So we're done at running back, just wide receiver. Just wide receiver. Restrepo goes. Fallen to 19 now. Hurts himself, runs a little bit slow. I think everyone can agree he's faster than that 40 time. He says he tweaks something. I'm inclined to believe him because he's not that slow. That's just a fact of life. He's really not that slow. There's no way in the world. My guy Turpin's still there. Click I like. Ricky White ran quick again at his pro day. Ran in the 4.4s. Put it low 4.5s. We'll call it, but he ran quick enough considering what he did at the combine. You guys are just going to let me take Kyle Williams again, hey? He's my guy. Let's do it. Give me another rookie. I do want another rookie here. Trey Tucker's still there. I think Kevontae Turpin's a good click. Yeah, I agree with this. Like, worst case, I would say worst case, like high 4.5s, honestly, is kind of what I would say worst case. He's definitely not 4.8, like that's for sure. 4.7s, no. Like he's quick enough. He's quick enough. Like, sure, he doesn't have that like long speed, but he's a slot receiver through and through. He's a 100% slot receiver. And if I'm being honest, like the slot receivers are the volume guys. They're the guys that you want in today's NFL. So I don't really understand why people are like, they say it like it's a derogatory term, like, oh, he's just a slot guy. Oh, he just plays a slot. It's like, yeah, that's where all the volume's at, man. Like, I don't know. Look at Cooper Kupp when he won the Triple Crown, right? Look at guys like CeeDee Lamb that run this like power slot sort of role. Look at Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like, all of the like premier wide receivers move around. Number one, number two, they definitely line up in the slot a fair amount. So yeah, I mean, I don't understand the like hate that slot receivers get. I really don't get it. But he's just a straight up slot wide receiver, and that's kind of a good thing. We got to bring in Parker Washington to pair up with Trevor Lawrence, and we're wrapped up. That's pretty much it. We're still at 19 likes, so I don't know if we're gonna get there, guys. But we'll rip through the guys in the stream, the guys that drafted with us. So we'll go through those. If we get 6 likes in the next few minutes, we'll rip a second draft. If not, we'll wrap it up for the night. Then we'll be back on the weekend, though. We'll be back either tomorrow or Sunday. One of the 2 weekend days, we'll be ripping drafts again. Hopefully, I'll have a little bit more to chew on as far as my mock draft takes, but we'll see where it lands. Even if he was 480 wins with quick feet and getting people off bounds, creating small separations, 100%. Like Tez Johnson, same thing. Like, I don't really care that he ran, a little bit slow. I don't really care. Like his short shuttle, his burst stuff, right? The high jump, the long jump, or the vertical, the long jump, stuff like that. The quick twitch stuff was all pretty encouraging and impressive for both Tez Johnson and Xavier Restrepo. So honestly, personally, I'm really not too concerned about either of those guys. I'm still going to get my exposure. I'm going to be around 15 to 20% on both of them, and I'm okay with that personally. But we're at 20 likes. If we get a couple more, we'll rip another draft. But let's go through these teams, and then we'll see where we're at. So we're at a 3.683, pretty typical, pretty common. Caleb Williams, one of my favorites. Trevor Lawrence, I need a little bit more of. Tua, I have a ton of, and I'm actually okay with that. I actually like the offensive potential for the Miami Dolphins this year. I really do. So we'll see where that ends up. But good quarterback room. I like it. I'm happy with it. Enough capital. You had to be 3. So I dig that it works. Double stack, single stack Trevor Lawrence. I think it works. And then if I backdoor like a Brashard Smith or one of these wide receivers, then, backdoor my way into a double stack with Trevor Lawrence. Devon Achane, Brees Hall, Najee Harris, Tyler Algier, Brashard Smith, Marshawn Lloyd. I like this as well. This works a ton. The top three, it's a little bit top heavy, obviously. Contingent value with Algier, contingent value with Marshawn Lloyd, rookie, pass catching rookie that I like. I think this definitely works. I'm happy with it. I got a little bit of a bring back with the Jets, with Miami, right? AFC. I like all that with my Jacksonville and Miami. So that kind of works together. Puka Nacua, Xavier Worthy, AFC again. Roma Dunze, Emeka Ibuka, Josh Downs, another AFC. Trey Harris, Kyle Williams, and Parker Washington. This is a really nice wide receiver room for me. That's really, really nice. Full round of ADP value on Roma Dunze is crazy. 4 picks for Worthy, which is just nice. 15 picks for Downs, 20 picks for Trey Harris. That's crazy. This definitely works. I'm really happy with that wide receiver room. Johnny Smith, Cole Kmet, and Mike Gesicki, that absolutely works. So we're in a good spot. This is a nice looking squad, I think. I'm really happy with this one. High probability to advance. And then some good correlation for playoff weeks. So nice looking squad, I think. Let's take a look at the Candyman squad. We got Kyler Murray, JJ McCarthy, and Cam Ward. That works. I think you need 3, but you got it. Works for me. I'm happy with that. Bucky Irving, Amari and Hampton, Trevion Henderson, Trey Benson, DJ Giddens, Braylon Allen, and Sean Tucker. I really like that quite a lot. You got the bit of a handcuff with Sean Tucker for Bucky. That works. 2 high caliber, top 3 running backs in this class. I like that. Trey Benson's one of my favorite clicks. DJ Giddens is another one of my, favorite clicks. Braylon Allen, tons of value. 15 picks on Trevion Henderson is bonkers. That's crazy. And even what is that? 14 picks on Braylon Allen. That's crazy. Man, what a weird room, but this is a really nice running back room for sure. Nice work. We got Justin Jefferson, Chris Godwin, Calvin Ridley, Jalen McMillan, Michael Pittman Jr., Alec Iomanor, Adonai Mitchell, and Michael Wilson. Single stacked Miami, that's fine. Or Minnesota, that's fine. Double stacked Arizona Cardinals with Michael Wilson and Trey McBride. And I like the wow, and then 20 picks on Jaylen Warren. How wild was this room? I like stopping at 2, especially when you get that kind of value on Jaylen Warren, but that definitely works. I'm happy with that. Cam Ward with Tennessee, obviously, with Ridley. I like the build. Yeah, that works. I like the build. I like stopping at 2 tight ends. You have to go. Obviously, if you're shallow anywhere, it's quarterback. I don't think I need to tell you that, but I like it. You have to go 3, and I like that. That definitely works. Good build. I dig it. We got Champ X3. Where are we out here? Fun draft. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate that. What's your UD handle? It's Candyman. Is Fantasy Football Garage's Underdog handle. Do appreciate you streaming for the working man. You have to be unemployed or work from home to catch the likes of overs at Spags Crane. Yeah, I know, man. I work a regular job, so blue collar, streamer over here. So yeah, you can watch those streams back, but I don't know. Some of those streams are a little more just entertainment value than they are like actual, tangible, usable information sometimes, but they have a time and a place. But yeah, you're right. You have to be unemployed, which is not ideal, or work from home. And I work from home a lot, and I don't really watch a lot of those streams, if I'm being honest with you. But it's tough to keep up with everybody. So I appreciate you guys coming in, hitting the like button, subscribing. The channel's going a little bit, it's going well right now. So I appreciate each and every one of you. And yeah, I'll probably always be a blue collar. Even if I did do this as like a job, or I was able, let's say I win Best Ball Mania and I could stop working my day-to-day job, I'd probably still stream in the evenings because I think it just gives people more of an opportunity to watch. That's what I think. I would, I work a 9 to 5 and I would only be able to watch in the evening. So I'd probably keep it the same way, even if I did do that. Meg, fan speak, appreciate you coming out. Thanks. I like the team. I appreciate that. Wild Room, I agree. This is a crazy one. Difficult to stack. Yeah. I mean, I got sniped on. I know I wouldn't call the Brenton Strange a snipe because I was hoping he'd get back to me. Didn't expect it. And then Jeremy Brown got sniped on me. It is what it is. But for the most part, I got my stacks. You kind of just had to pull guys up. So like I was saying earlier with the Detroit, I probably just would have taken Goff, in a room like this, but that's all right. It is what it is. So we'll pop back over, take a look at Champ X3. We're still at 20 likes. If you're in the chat, you want to see another draft, hit the like button. We got to get 5 more. Doubt we're going to get there, but appreciate you guys nonetheless. Baker Mayfield, Justin Herbert. I like that. I'm happy to stop at 2. A lot of people have seen this build before, and I like that. Kyron Williams, James Cook, Alvin Kamara, David Montgomery, Jerome Ford, and Rachaad White. I like that a lot. No rookies. That's perfectly fine. Definitely works. Yeah. I'm assuming, you had to throw some volume at wide receiver, which is fine. Let's take a look. CeeDee Lamb, Ladd McConkey, Jacoby Myers, Rashid Shaheed, 14 picks of value on Rashid Shaheed. So I can, forgive that. Keenan Allen really helps. 33 picks of value on Keenan Allen. That is fucking crazy. That is crazy. 10 picks of value on Wicks. So you landed the plane with all this value. DeAndre Hopkins. I don't love the Hopkins click personally. Jalen Tolbert, sure. Trey Tucker, I like that. Naked, I guess you got Rachaad White with Mayfield, Ladd and Conklin with Herbert. That's fine. I like that. You got the Vegas bring back with Chargers. I like that. I definitely like that. So obviously you're really leaned in on the Chargers Vegas thing, which I kind of like. You probably got sniped somewhere on some Tampa Bay, so you just kind of lean in on the Chargers Raiders. I don't mind that. That's kind of a nice way to do it. I guess you could go Tampa Bay versus Dallas sort of thing. Dalton Kincaid, Dalton Schultz, couple Daltons, and Tyler Conklin. That'll work for me. Yeah, this will work. I'm going to assume you got sniped on a couple Tampa Bay Bucks, but you did get a pass catcher. This will work. A little thin in the wide receiver room, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't mind that. That's an okay build. I dig it. We got Fossil from the 9 spot. Jalen Hurts, Bryce Young. Really close to have to bring in a third, but I don't mind that. I don't mind stopping at 2. If you got correlation too, let's take a look. I know you have correlation with the Philly side. Obviously, Goff would have been a lot better, even if you didn't have Ramondre here. I do like bringing in the Gibson. So Hurts and Bryce Young, Pollard I like, Stevenson, lock down the Tennessee, lock down the New England backfield. Maybe not lock down because they might draft someone. Tennessee might draft someone, but a little less likely. Austin Eckler, Justice Hill, Elijah Mitchell. That's okay. I mean, volume added too. You got 7 in there. That's the way to do it. You're getting the points from Tennessee. You're probably getting the points from New England. Eckler can still do some good things. I'm not a big Justice Hill guy. I'm not a big Elijah Mitchell guy, but you can make this work, I think. And Amon-Ra St. Brown, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, Zay Flowers, crazy amount of value on Zay Flowers, Stephon Diggs, Rashad Bateman, Jalen Coker, and Jalen Knoll. I like Jalen Knoll a ton. That's no secret. You got Coker and Tommy Tremble. I mean, I get it, obviously, but I still probably don't click Tommy Tremble. Yeah, I probably still don't click Tommy Tremble. I get what you're doing, but I still don't bring in Tommy Tremble. I would just go with Coker and leave it at there. Leave it at that. You're leaning in onto the Philly side anyways. And then you've got like, yeah, obviously a Detroit bring back for Philly. Washington bring back. I probably don't do the Tremble thing. I would just say Coker, it is what it is. And then lean in on the Philly side. Bring in like, I would have brought in like a Turpin, but you do need a third tight end. You got put into a not super fun spot, I feel like, with the snipe on Goff. So that makes it even more. I probably would have brought in Goff at 88 here. I mean, it is what it is. I probably just would have done that. Then you can stop at 2 still and be even like, you could be super comfortable with it. Then you wouldn't have had to force in, a Tommy Tremble, where I really feel like you didn't want to. I'm assuming you weren't loving the click. That's for sure. Your wide receiver room still would have been in a fine spot, and your running backs, you still throw the same amount of volume. And then, yeah, I saw that you got sniped on May. I called that earlier. Yeah, you got put in some spots a little bit, I feel like, and it just is what it is. But I like this wide receiver room. I'm not a big dig. I'm not Diggs at all. I'm still 0% personally, but I like everyone else, and it can work. Yeah, the Tremble click is a tough one, but yeah, it is what it is. I don't mind Tommy Tremble. It's just Jatavian Sanders is there, and he's obviously like the more likely. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Tremble had the same or maybe even more touchdowns. 3, 3, and 2, and Sanders had probably 2 as well. 1. So Tremble had more touchdowns, and that's all you want out of a tight end. But I like Tommy Tremble as a player. I really do. He has way more value in real life, football. But I mean, I get what you're doing. It is what it is. You got to drag him through, though. He's probably not helping your squad a crazy amount. Yeah, I know, but that's also why they bring in Jatavian Sanders too, right? Although he doesn't do realistically, like they don't even play the same position. I don't think. Like Jatavian Sanders is kind of a big slot. He doesn't do the stuff that Tommy Tremble does. So they're going to be on the field a lot at the same time. So I get it. I probably don't do it, but I do get it. I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking what you did. It is what it is. And you got put into some spots there. So what are you going to do? But we're going to wrap it up for the night. I appreciate you guys coming out. Appreciate the likes. If you're just coming in, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're almost there. We're at 484 of 500. 16 more. We'll do a 12-hour live stream. Should be fun. Hopefully we'll have big boards to spare. We can rip some big boards. Even if there's some bigger boards, biggest boards, I have 1 bullet of each of those left, and I'm saving them to potentially rip them on a 12-hour live stream. We'll see. But we'll be back either tomorrow or Sunday. Probably more likely Sunday, because I just figured out I have to drive an hour tomorrow, drop off some tires. So good time. So probably more likely we'll be live again Sunday. So hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. Like I always say on Off the Schneid. If you're afraid to be wrong, you'll never be right. Hopefully tonight we're right. Have yourselves a good night. We'll see you guys Sunday.